Brilliant. Hey, Brilliant. Can you hear me? I'm good. How are you? How's the music? Brilliant. Is it too loud? Queen, yeah, we did. We did. We made it through another week, sis. We did. We did. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful? Okay. I don't know. Sometimes people won't tell you if the music is too loud. I don't want the music to be too loud. You can't really hear or understand what I'm saying because it's that's annoying. That's annoying. So I'm walking like the opposite way this time. I should have went the same way. Yes, yes, definitely. We are definitely blessed. And if there's anything that you need, that you're seeking, it'll come. It'll come. It will definitely come. What's up, Chef Finest Wine? Hey, Chef. Hey, my chef. Chef says, hey, brilliant. What's going on, Spiky? What's going on? Yeah, I just jumped off of the elliptical. So I'm thinking 15 minutes, maybe 20, but y'all know how that is. I walk a whole slow pace, a whole nother hour. Chef speaking to everybody, he says, hey, Spiky Boo. I miss Spiky. Chef, I told Spiky the other day, I be missing her. Ren says, hey, Chef and Spiky. So what y'all got going on? What y'all got going on this weekend? What are you doing? Y'all chilling? Going on dates? Date nights? Um, Spending time with the kids? Treating yourself all weekend? Y'all know there's nothing wrong with that, right? Y'all know there's nothing wrong with treating yourself all weekend, right? Y'all see I got my bubble coat back on. It feels so good today. I didn't have to put on anything thick. Just chilling, Spiky. There's nothing wrong with that. Chill, chill, chill. Get you some rest. So, what did y'all do all week? Like, how was your week? How was your week this week? Y'all know we always wish each other a happy week, a great week ahead. So let's talk about what happened during the week. What happened during the week for you? Chef says, work out enough for me. I just ate 8 pieces of chicken. Y'all look. Chef said he just ate 8 pieces of Church's chicken and 4 buttermilk biscuits. This is my birthday. Okay. So I'll be turning up. Enjoy, Chef. Happy early birthday. Happy early birthday. This is Chef Finest Wine's birthday weekend. So y'all know what I said the other day. Support, support, support. If it's a January birthday, please drop your cash app, Chef. And anybody who feels the or has an inkling to do so, please support Chef. It doesn't matter if it's a couple of dollars, $5, $10. I'll let it adds up. $20, all of it. All of it adds up. You get enough people, you get enough people to drop $1 or $2. Y'all know what I say. It all adds up. So happy birthday, Chef Finest Wine. Blessings, 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 and more blessings. Happy birthday to all the Capricorns and Aquarius. because it's now Aquarius season, right? Yeah, I think Looney told us it's Aquarius season. Y'all see the Cash App. Anybody coming across this live, stop, or this replay. If you come across this replay, please bless my bro Chef Finest Wine. His Cash App is up there on the screen. It's $MERCURIAL 123. I spelled it out for you, so no need for you not to get it right. No need for you not to get it right. Please, please, please bless his Cash App. I'll be doing so when I end this live. So I implore you guys to do so as well. Cheryl says, thank you, brilliant. Appreciate it. Thank you, Spiky. I appreciate you. Spiky says her birthday is next month. I don't want to talk about 34. You do want to talk about it, Spiky. You do. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. It's great to get older. Hey, Tamika. Welcome into the live. Hey, Lodge Pride and everyone in the chat. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, Tamika. Hey, Melissa B. What's going on, Melissa B? Y'all go over there and check out Melissa B, Chef Finest Wine, Spiky, A Brilliant Blessed Mess. We'll be doing content when she's ready. Maybe, maybe not. But y'all go over there and check out. See, I have content creators that come through here. And it doesn't have to be a lot of people in this live because we get to we get to know each other. We get to mingle. We get to talk about the things that are going on with us with no judgment zone. Because we've all done some things, and we've all probably done some things that we wish we hadn't done. We've all probably said some things we wish we hadn't said. So we want to come over here. We want to chill out. And y'all just let me know how your week has gone so far. Again, I said we always wish each other a great week ahead, like on Sunday and Monday. But at the end of the week, we don't really connect with each other to see how the week has gone so far. Like, how was your week this week? This is Chef Finest Wine's birthday weekend, so he's going to be lit all weekend, I'm sure. He'll be lit all weekend, y'all. So, again, please support Chef Finest Wine. His Cash App is in the comment section. Melissa says, happy birthday, Chef. Everybody wishing Chef a happy birthday. Okay, you're working, Melissa? I'm working, so I got to watch you exercise. Okay. Melissa, have you been live today? I slept in because I was off today, so I slept in and I got up and got kind of busy, so I haven't really been on YouTube. I caught one video, a few minutes of one video, and that was it. And something is going on with the notifications, y'all. I'm telling you, I think the more people you subscribe to, the harder it is to get your notifications from everybody, because you can only get so many, I guess. Your feed can only hold so many. Melissa says she did coffee time this morning. It may be late evening if I go live again. Okay. Well, Melissa, look, they'll be waiting, girl. They'll be waiting on you. That's the one thing I can't say about Melissa, Chef, Jill. All of y'all have like a really good following. All of your people in the chat love you. They enjoy your content. So hey, look, Melissa, they're looking for you. Melissa, if you don't go live, it's gonna be some issues. It's going to be some issues. Melissa says, hey, Abra. Yes, y'all. So it was a good week. Hope we have a great weekend. Look, YouTube has been topsy-turvy. So y'all protect yourselves. Protect yourselves out here on these YouTube streets the same way you would in your hometown. Protect yourselves, protect your peace. Protect all that stuff, all that good stuff. Protect. Chef, speaking to Melissa B. Yes, y'all, protect yourselves, protect your peace. Woosah when you have to. Take some deep breaths in when you have to. Do whatever it is that you need to do to keep to keep your mind in check. To keep your mind in check. Y'all know, y'all know we have to do whatever it is to keep our minds in check. Whether it be exercise, I want y'all to exercise. Of course, y'all know that's the whole reason I named all of these lives. This is basically a Let's Walk and Talk channel. But that's what my lives are about. My shorts are about everything. But y'all know I love, love, love animals. But I haven't done any animal shorts lately. I will be doing some more because I love the wildlife. I love the wildlife. That sounds funny as heck. Spiky. Did I say Spiky? Y'all check out Spiky. That sounds funny as heck coming from somebody who doesn't. I don't fancy domestic cats, y'all. I don't. I don't fancy domestic cats. But lions and tigers and leopards and cheetahs, y'all, they're just so majestic. Tigers, lions, they're so majestic. They're so powerful. It's just a beast in them. It's something about the beast. I think the fact that we all have, y'all may say y'all don't, but I feel like a lot of people have a beast within, you know, and it's just something about the beast of the lioness, the lion, the tiger. It's something about the beast. And then when you can also see them be so tame, you know? So we are animals. A lot of people don't like to say that, but we are animals. Our intellect is just a little bit more advanced. um, but when it comes to emotions such as love, I think animals have us beat. Spiky says, I don't take YouTube seriously, laugh out loud. I know, Spiky, that's the goal, right? The goal is not to take it seriously, but oh my goodness, the goal is not to take it seriously. That's absolutely right, Spiky. But sometimes you see the stuff that goes on, and it's almost like sometimes you have to. But the page is doing well without effort. Yeah, Spiky, I see you're growing, Spiky. You're growing. That's good. Melissa says, yes, since people are so weird on here, I now identify as Melissa. That's true, Melissa. They are so weird. Like people are so weird. And it's like sometimes it seems to be so intentional. Like there's an intentional weirdness that I don't get. Sometimes it's not even a weirdness, it's just an evil. Sometimes it's just an intentional evil. That's what it is. So y'all know what I always tell you. I'm saying it early in the video today, but I always tell you peace, positivity, and prosperity. Protect your peace, protect your positive vibes, and you'll increase your prosperity. You'll increase your prosperity. Peace, positivity, and prosperity. Those are the three P's over here. Peace, positivity, and prosperity. Without peace, there's chaos. Without positivity, there's negativity. Wherever negativity and chaos mix and mingle, you don't prosper to your fullest potential. You don't. But sometimes, like Spiky says, you just have to, you know, just not take it seriously. Just let it go. Chef says, I just watch from the bushes nowadays, but I know I got to get some more videos out. Yes, yes, please, Chef, please. Get us some more of that good content, Chef. Y'all want to see some good cooking, some good interviews, please check out Chef Finest Wine and also check out his partner, Roland's Reviews. Roland is still on every Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central Time. She's always, and Roland is growing. Her chat is growing. She's touching on some good topics, some important topics. She's also touching on some sensitive topics. So that's what I feel like the app is for. That's what I feel like the World Wide Web is for. It's for us to have fun. It's for us to learn. It's to be educational, motivational, uplifting, you know, and it can be entertaining. And when I say entertaining, I mean fun. Fun for most people. Will we have some clashes? Yes. Should the clashes go on forever? No. So should certain lines be crossed? No. So that's what I think. I truly think that that's what it was meant to be. educational, fun, uplifting, a place for people to show their creativity, and things like that. Chef says, I still support my peoples that I love truly. Yes, you do, Chef. You really do. I leave comments and that's it. Melissa B, thank you for blessing that cash app for the break. Come on, Melissa B. That's what I'm talking about. See? Melissa says, you're welcome. Enjoy your day. That's what I feel like it's supposed to be about. Like you don't have to you know, I don't know, you don't have to just get so caught up in the other stuff. Like we all like drama. I'm not gonna lie, we all like drama. So anything when we're talking over here, we're not talking to be hypocritical, but we're just saying sometimes things get to be a bit much. And sometimes you just kind of have to, start watching other stuff so that, you know, you'll be in other people's algorithms. You know, other things will start to come across your feed and stuff like that. Things that can truly entertain you, things that can teach you. It should be a teaching mechanism. This device should be a teaching. This app should be a teaching tool. So Spiky says, I don't want that drama stuff anymore. I know I see Spiky because you lay low too, Spiky. I really do see that. You lay low, you do your thing, and like you said earlier, your channel is still growing. That's why, like I said, I like Chef. He has so much to offer. He does his cooking videos, and he gives you so many good ideas. Sometimes, and they aren't even hard, y'all. They aren't that hard. And sometimes I like the hard recipes. I like the hard recipes because it gives me something else to do, gives me a goal. So those are the kind of goals I come on here looking for. Something to kind of challenge me in the kitchen. Like with Melissa B. Melissa B can come on here. She does tea sector commentary, but she usually keeps it, and she keeps it light. Now, will people get upset with the commentary? Yes. Sometimes they're just gonna, get upset. But I've never seen her be y'all know what I mean, ever. And she also takes you to the grocery store with her. She takes you to work with her. She does those shorts. The shorts be popping, Melissa B. I'm telling you, your shorts, that's where it's at. That's where it's at. Y'all check out Melissa's shorts. Her shorts are great shorts. She really does have great shorts. And she does well on her shorts. So a lot of times, people really aren't on here to like make a lot of money. They're just on here to interact with people, to form their own little coalition of people who support them, who they support. And sometimes it's a great getaway from the things going on in your personal lives. And not to say that something bad is going on, but just think about it. Why not get off a long, hard day of work and be able to come on here and have fun? Melissa says, no, ma'am, no hard recipes for me. I need simple but good. You need simple but good, Melissa. I love simple and good too. I like simple, easy, healthy. I splurge. Y'all know what my favorite thing is. Chocolate chip anything. Chocolate chip cookies, chocolate chip ice cream, mint chocolate chip ice cream. And I like chocolate. But that chocolate chip, I'm telling you, that's my favorite. It's nothing for me to have some good old chocolate chip Bluebell, some chocolate chip Baskin Robbins. So yeah, I love, and some good old chocolate chip cookies. They gotta have a good texture. They gotta have a good texture, and they have to be loaded with chocolate, y'all. Loaded with chips. So sometimes you get cookies and the cookie portion, the bread portion is just so blah. And it's like 1,000 chips and one cookie couldn't make it better. Like 1,000, it's just some cookies just aren't it. Some cookies just don't do it. Some cookies just don't do it. Spiky says she's almost at 80K on one of her shorts. See? Yeah, sometimes it's like the shorts really do it for a lot of people. So, and you can make a short out of anything. Out of anything. Doesn't mean 1,000 people gonna hit it, but you can make it out of anything, and you just never know which one. A lot of times it's the one that you least expect that does the best. It's the short that you least expect that'll do well. And you're probably thinking like, okay, This short did so much better than all the other shorts that I did. There's no originality on it. It may be something simple, y'all. Sometimes people like simple. Are y'all like that sometimes? Just like simple is best. This just like when a woman gets her makeup done. Sometimes she's her prettiest with the least because the least just highlights the natural accents. It just highlights the natural beauty. So a lot of times people don't need all of that stuff just caked up on their faces and stuff like that. Now, depending on what the event is, you may want a little bit more. But typically to me, when it comes to makeup, it seems like less is more. Some people don't wear it and that's their choice. Some people do. Some people wear a lot. Whatever it is, it's your choice. But I just noticed that it seems like less is best. Less is best. So not saying none, but less is best. It just highlights your beauty. Brittany says spiky at times is entertaining, but I'm not here either. I'm not ever fixing to let the drama come into my real life. What the hell? Oh my gosh. Brilliant. And sometimes you just don't have anything to say. Like sometimes things can just leave you so speechless. Like some of the things that you see on the device, and I'm talking about on all social media, whether it's YouTube, TikTok, um, Facebook, all of it can just leave you so speechless. Let me ask y'all this. Have y'all seen these little kids running around, tearing up the makeup in Sephora? And they say now it's becoming the thing to do in Ulta. They're just running around tearing up the makeup, y'all. Just tearing it up. And they're buying it. They're buying it, but they're also tearing it up in the store as well. I'm like, these kids, I'm telling you, they just run around and just do whatever they want to do. And sometimes the parents just let them. Sometimes the parents just let them. It's wild. It's wild, wild, wild. Times, it's kind of like what they say, the more things change, the more they stay the same. So even though we see some of these things changing or some of the things, it's not even so much that it's changing. It's just things that our parents wouldn't let us do and their parents wouldn't let them do. And we probably most likely didn't let our kids do. Not all of us, because I've seen some, my peers, they let their kids just do whatever. It's like the younger generations of parents are just letting their kids do so much more. So it's really not so much that the more things change, the more they stay the same. Things are kind of the same, but people are allowing their behaviors to change. People are allowing their behaviors to change. So these young kids are doing a lot of things that we couldn't do. I'm just gonna be honest, we would get tore out the frame. And some people may not like that, but it is what it is. It's just, some things do change. And, we do try to be less hands-on when it comes to discipline and things like that. But some of these kids, y'all, some of them are outrageous. Some of them, you're in the store and you're thinking, who's the parent? Like, who's the parent here? The kid is saying, buy this, right? I can remember when we would go into the grocery store or to a department store with my mom and dad, and it would be like, okay, each of y'all can get two things. Each of y'all can get two items. And you got those items, and that was it. Now, every once in a while, we push the envelope and we be like, can we get something else? And to our surprise, we get it. But when we heard no, y'all, it wasn't even no. Sometimes it was just whatever look it was. When we saw that look, we knew we couldn't get it. So we tried to push the envelope. But as long as they gave that look or they said no, we adhere to the program. You got these kids, and not just these kids now. I mean, maybe about 20 years ago. They're jumping up and down in the store. They're falling out in the store. They're talking trash to the parents or whatever adult they're with. You, and I want this, I want. And I'm like, it didn't even take, all it took for us was a look. And depending on, and if we did decide to cut up, depending on how bad we cut up, y'all already know what time it was when we got home. Y'all already know what time it was. And we wouldn't cut up again for a long time. Not to say we were perfect. We weren't angels, but the next time we went out, I bet you that next 2 or 3 times we didn't cut up. We may have tried it again on that fourth or fifth outing, but we knew what time it was, y'all. We knew what time it was. We knew who was in control. We knew who was in control. And so many people say you don't want your kids to be afraid of you. No, you don't. You don't want them to be afraid of you because you want them to be able to come to you for anything. But you do, you do want them to have a degree of apprehension about trying you. So if that means being afraid to a certain degree, you know, it means being afraid to a certain degree. Now, what I will say is you shouldn't have them terrified of you. Yeah, you shouldn't have them terrified of you. You want them to be afraid to do things that they know they shouldn't do. Because guess what? If they aren't afraid, they're gonna do whatever, no matter what you say. You don't want somebody, you don't want your child out in the world just doing whatever. Resisting authority. If they resist your authority, you know that they'll resist other authority. And authority doesn't have to mean the authorities. Authority can mean on the job. Won't keep a job because they don't want to listen. It can mean anything. It can mean a lot of things. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with them being afraid of you. You just don't want them terrified. You don't want them terrified. Spiky says, brilliant 100%. Look at there. Melissa. Melissa being Chef Finds Wine came through the chat. And that's what I'm talking about, y'all. We got a connection. Y'all wish Chef Finds Wine a happy birthday if you see him out here in these YouTube streets. Thank you again, Melissa, for blessing his Cash App. I truly appreciate it. Every month, it doesn't matter what sign you are. We were talking about it yesterday, and I think 2 days ago. And I was telling people I really don't know the signs, like which sign is which month. I know Capricorn is January because I have some friends that are Capricorns. But then like February, March, I know Pisces starts somewhere between February and March, goes into March. But I had no idea what was February for the most part. The end of January, February, and I can't really tell you. I think Taurus is like around May. I don't know if it's the beginning, end of April into May. I think that's what it is. But whatever your sign is, no matter what it is, each month we want to wish everyone who's having a birthday a happy birthday. And that way you don't miss anybody. So we did. It was Looney a couple of days ago because Looney's birthday was Saturday, I think. So Chef Finds Wine's birthday weekend is coming up. Again, bro, happy birthday. That's my Chef Finds Wine. Can't nobody tell me he's not. Nobody. Hey, Sonya. Welcome, Sonya. Welcome into the live. Thank you. Sonya, we had Chef Finds Wine and Melissa B in here, and I was just talking about Melissa B. She blessed Chef Finds Wine with the Cash App. She didn't have to do it, but she did. The heart in her told her to do it, and she did it. And he was very, very much appreciative. And so again, everyone who's having a January birthday, I didn't think about it at the beginning of the month, but I think I did a post. I know I did one for Looney on my community wall. So all January birthdays, I will be doing a post on the community tab so that you guys can drop your Cash App, and maybe somebody will feel inclined to bless your Cash App. Doesn't matter if it's $1, $2, $5, $10. It all adds up. It all counts. It all adds up and it all counts. It's been 30 minutes, y'all. It's been 30 minutes and it's not dark. It's not dark yet. So, what will spring forward, y'all? I think it's like less than 2 months. When is it? March? Don't we spring forward an hour in March? It used to be April, but now for years it's been March. Sonia says, happy birthday to everyone celebrating their birthday this month. Yes, happy birthday to you all. Happy birthday. Wishing you many, many, many more and hoping that you enjoyed whatever it is that you decided to do. However you decide to spend your birthday, I hope you enjoyed it. And for everyone with the birthday still to come this month, what we have like, what's today? Today's the 26th. So like 5 more days, 5 more days in January. So for everyone who's had a birthday, happy belated birthday. And to everyone who has a birthday upcoming this month, happy early birthday to you. If your birthday's today, happy birthday. Happy birthday. And I emphasize this and I stress this because, y'all, there are a lot of people who their birthday comes and it goes, and not one person wished them a happy birthday. I'm not talking about funds, I'm not talking about blessing them financially, just the words happy birthday. Happy birthday. Those words are so nice to hear, so wonderful to hear. So I think for the most part, everybody across the country has been getting a lot of rain. Before the rain, it was snow. A lot of people, a lot of areas got snow. Then it kind of became like people were getting ice and sleet. Now it's just a lot of rain. I haven't heard about any strong storms per se. I think some people got storms, but thank goodness I haven't heard of any tornadoes or anything like that. So if it's raining still in your area, or if you're gonna get some rain this weekend, just try your best to enjoy it. Try to stay dry. Try to stay out of it. Try to stay out of it. Try to stay home and just sit somewhere quiet and just listen to it hit the roof, or sit on your porch outside or out on your covered balcony or something and just listen to it, enjoy it, relax, use it to help you unwind. I know it was somebody, I think it was Mabel. I think it was Mabel Torres. I think she says that, I don't want to misquote her, but it was something like, it made me think that she was like, wasn't too fond of rain. So I was like, you know, when it rains, try to use that as your time to just kind of unwind. Now I know if you're out at work and you're out and about, yes, it can be like nerve-wracking. People drive like they're crazy. You're in and out of your vehicle, you're getting wet. Seems like the umbrella just doesn't work. You have a raincoat or a poncho on and it's keeping you mostly dry, but still you sit in your car and it's all squeaky and it's wet. And so you can't wait to get home. So think of it that way. If you're out in the weather, think of getting home, getting out of those wet clothes, getting you a good cup of tea or coffee or whatever it is that you want to drink, and unwinding. And unwinding. Think of it that way. It gives you some time to meditate. What we talked about, doing those crossword puzzles, those Sudoku puzzles. What is it? Any kind of, it doesn't have to even be puzzles, y'all. It can be any kind of like tic-tac-toe. I sat there with my daughter one time on a field trip, y'all. We were on the bus and we weren't sleeping. Typically when you're on a field trip with kids, if they're quiet, if they're quiet, you get you a little bit of sleep. Well, they were quiet. They were like, what, I think 7, 8 years old. And believe it or not, they were quiet. They were chatty. There was chatter, but they weren't like the 15-year-olds who ride the bus after school. They weren't like that. So they were quiet and we weren't sleepy, and we were watching, we were checking the scene out, you know, just looking through the window, looking out the window. So I was like, oh my gosh, we got probably like 2 more hours. So what do we do? So we just started playing SOS tic-tac-toe. So that's just like the closest thing to playing Connect Four. So we played SOS, we played tic-tac-toe, And it was actually pretty fun. Something that simple was really a lot of fun. It was really a lot of fun. And when you're doing something with your children like that, that's always fun. It's always fun. Even if you don't feel up to doing it. I mean, it's easy to do. It's easy to do and it's always fun. Just just play hey, hey, how are you? Just playing tic tac toe or SOS. It's fun. Sonya. Sonya, I don't know if you still here, but I almost had to get the foot out. She came right on up to me saying how I'm doing. And she had that beast of an animal. When I tell y'all he was big. And it's like he was just coming right at me. And she can't even control him. People, when you walk your dogs, listen to me and listen to me clearly. When you walk your dogs, make sure that you can control them. Sonya says I'm still here. Did you see it, Sonya? I don't know if he got on the camera or not, but uh she was all smiling and she was like, hey, how you doing? And I'm like, hey, how you doing? But I'm like watching her furry friend, and he was more of a beast. He was a beast. He was more of a beast. And he was coming right at me. And guess what? He was pulling her right along. She couldn't even handle him. She finally got in the turn. I'm like, if you don't get that, I don't even know what to call him. I don't want to call him anything. I might say the wrong thing on here, make you too mad. But y'all, who rode the bus after school? Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm talking about kids riding the bus. We're with us being on field trips and everything. Who rode that bus? Were you a bus rider? Were you a car rider? Or did you walk? Tell me some of those after school stories. Y'all know there were always the fights. I'm just gonna get right into it. It was always the fights. If you were a bus rider or if you walked home from school, I know you saw at least one fight every couple of months, if not more, depending on your area, depending on the group of people you went to school with. If you were a bus rider, or if you were a walker, you walked to school. I know you probably saw like one or two fights a month. Yeah, we had a bus driver. He used to get so tired of us. Like I said, the little 7 and 8 year olds, they're chatty. They're chatty when they're on the bus. You can take them. They're chatty. It may get on your nerves if you're the bus driver. I know because he's driving. So if it gets on your nerves, if you're sitting there riding and assisting, you can only imagine that it gets on the bus driver's nerves because he's got to pay attention. He's got to be attentive. He's got to be alert. So, but I promise you, I promise you, every bus driver you run into will tell you he'd much rather um ride the elementary kids. Now, sometimes the elementary kids can be off the chain. I'm not gonna lie to you. But when they get into a spat or a little altercation, it's usually not so bad. But when you got these teeny boppers, these teenagers, I even say, what do you call them? Preteens, like 12 and up. When they get into a fight, you know, and you never know what type of household they come from, what type of family, what they've been taught. Sometimes those hookups can get out of hand because you may have an 11 or 12-year-old who's so mild, so meek, and their parents don't even teach them to fight. They just teach them to, mind their business, don't bother anybody, and to defend themselves if they have to. So they really don't bother anybody. They only defend themselves if they have to. Then you get this other 12-year-old who comes along. He sees fighting at home. He's a bully. He fights and stuff with his friends at home in the neighborhood and with his siblings. And then they're on the bus together. And one little thing can, set off an argument between them. And they'll fight the child and they'll just try to hurt him. They'll try and hurt them, and that's so awful. That's so awful. Sonya says, I did in junior high, but walked in high school. Okay, okay. I did all of it, Sonya. I walked, I car rode, I was a car rider, I was a bus rider, and I walked. It just depended on how far away the school was. Because you know you have to be zoned to particular schools unless you're in private school or something. So it just depended on how far away the school was. I walked up until like junior high. Junior high. I walked and caught the bus. No, the bus stop wasn't like right near the home, so I had to walk just a little bit, then catch the bus. And in high school, I was back to doing it all. Walk sometimes, catch the bus sometimes, and rode with friends until I got a car. So it's like when you're on the bus though, and you're a teenager. I remember we had a bus driver. He used to yell at us all the time. Hey, Miss Jazzy, welcome, welcome, welcome. Miss Jazzy says, "Hey, Lions Pride Mod in chat." I already thumbs up. Thank you, Jazzy. I appreciate you. How's everyone doing? We're doing good, Jazzy. We just in here chatting, just chatting, shooting the breeze on this Friday, on this feel good Friday. It feels good. Finally feels good outside. Like you don't play with the winter weather. Y'all know you don't play with the winter weather. I could put on. I thought about coming. I said, no, I can't put no shorts on. I ain't gonna be that crazy. We're not gonna be that brave, but we can go along. We can go sleeveless or short sleeve. Talking about these kids on the school bus, Jasmine. But yes, Sonya, so I did like all of it. I walked, I caught the bus, I rode, I drove, and oh my goodness, we had one bus driver. We would be so loud, y'all. He would be like, y'all know, you don't expect for the teachers and bus drivers to curse, right? And he would try not to, y'all. He would be like, be quiet. And he'd be trying to pay attention. And he'd be watching the road. He'd be looking in the rearview mirror. He'd be looking in the mirror back at the bus. He's like, be quiet. It was always so funny because he was always like, be quiet. And just him. And I think he caught on to the fact that just him saying it the way he said it would sometimes calm us down because we forget about for whatever we were doing for a few seconds and just start laughing at him because of the way he was talking to us. So y'all, it used to be so funny. One time he said, "Stop the damn noise." Yeah, he said, "Stop the damn noise." We had pushed him to the limit then, y'all. When he did it that one time, he'd do it whenever he have to. He still didn't do it like regularly on a daily basis, but sometimes we make that man just go to the limit. He'd tell us, "Stop the damn noise." I guess he figured like they're teenagers. Half of them think they're grown anyway, and they're on here cursing. Cause y'all know when you're in high school, a lot of times in high school, that's when we pick up the potty mouse. You, Miss Jazzy, yes, we had worked his nerve, and he was like, he, he looked like the grandfatherly figure. He was like a grandfatherly figure, and he wasn't an old man. To us, anybody over 25 was old. He was probably like maybe his mid to late 40s. And so yeah, he may be mid to late 40s. He wasn't really even he might have been in his 50s. He may have been in his 50s. And we were like, wait, what, 13, 14, 15. So he may have been old enough to be some of our grandparents. Like we had pushed him to the limit. And when he got pushed to the limit, he said it that first time, "Stop the damn noise." Like, y'all, we cracked up. It was so funny. But it's just so funny how, like, when you're that age and you get older, you become an adult and you start to look back on those things and you look at that time frame to where you are now and you're like, where did the years go? Like, where did the years go? I can remember being in high school, hearing my parents, or even watching TV shows where they'd have high school reunions and everybody would come in and you'd always have that one or two, whether it be a male or female, that looked good, that looked hot, that looked way better than they did in high school. And everybody else was like 30 pounds heavier, 40 pounds heavier. And they just looked a little bit different, but it was just enough of them to know that you knew who it was. You'd have the high school football jock. Some of them came in and they looked like somebody's grandpa. But then you'd have the guy who couldn't get a girl comes to the reunion looking good as all get out. Looking good as all get out. So now it's like that's happening. We're looking back like, where did the time go? What's going on, badass? Welcome to the live. Good evening, ladies and gents. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you. So he's like, now we're starting to look like, okay, we used to see this in the movies. Like we heard our parents talk about how so and so looked different than they looked 20 years ago, and how some people look better. Some people look better. So some look totally different. Then you hear some say, "Oh, they look a mess," and I'm like, I hate to say that, y'all. I hate to say that about people. When you hear people, they'll critique people so bad. Oh, they look a mess. They didn't look like this back then. And I'm like, well, it's been 20, 30 years. And I used to laugh like when I was younger and I would hear my parents and my aunties and uncles and just older family members say that kind of stuff. Now to be the age that they were then, and we go to like I said, the class reunions, or someone has a wedding and a lot of the classmates are there. And it's like, y'all, we looking every bit of our parents. Like we're looking just like our parents. Some of us like our grandparents look. Yes, Miss Jassy, yes. And then you think about it, and you're like, where did the time go? Because I think in our 20s and 30s, we don't focus on it so much because we can claim adulthood finally. When you're young, you're a teenager, you want to be grown so bad. So now you're in your 20s, you can claim adulthood, and you're just so glad to get away from your peer group that you attended school with and all this kind of stuff. Maybe your neighborhood. You just want to get away and see new people do new things. And then in your 30s, you're kind of like in that, kind of like the show Friends, or kind of like living single. You're in that mode where you're developing your career. You're trying to, do some things to elevate yourself in life. You're preparing to have a family. Some have already started families. Some started families in high school. But still you're trying to elevate and mature your adulting. And then you get in your 40s and you're like, hold on, wait a minute, where did the time go? Because we're starting to be those people. We're starting to be that bunch, that group, our parents that we laughed at when we heard them talk about people. The things that we saw them do and we laughed at it. We're starting to be those people. So that's so funny to me. And you know what? Our kids are doing the same thing. They're probably talking about our actions, the things that we do and say, the way that we do and say them. And then when we're in our 70s and 80s, 60s, 70s and 80s, they'll be saying the exact same thing that we're saying. Miss Jackson said exactly on there. I know, Miss Jackson, we're there. And it's just like, it's kind of like, it's shocking, but not shocking. It's not, it is kind of shocking because you look back and you think, where did the time go? It's shocking, but it's not really surprising. Because when you're young, you always talk about, oh, when we get old, we're going to do this, we're going to be doing that. We always talked about what we would be doing when we got older or when we became grandparents. Because we talk about, oh, I'm not going to act 60 when I'm 60. I'm going to act 40. If I'm 40, I'm going to act 30. We always talked about what we would do. But now to be in that group, it's like, we're trying to do those things that we said we would do. We're trying to do those things that we said we would do. But yeah, it's like, where did the time go? You see your classmates at your high school reunions, your college reunions. They look so good back in the day. And then you look at yourself and you say, well, dang, if they're looking like that, what am I looking like? But again, on the flip side, you have some that nobody paid attention to. You had the football player who couldn't get the girl. You had the girl that everybody thought looked like a nerd. They come into the class reunion banging, looking good, looking fine as wine, They come in looking good. And you're like, man, we laughed at them, or we said they were nerdy, or they looked like this when we were young. Now we're in our 40s and they looking good. And we're thinking, I need to hit the treadmill. I need to go walking. I need to do this. I need to do that. And some of the ones that we thought weren't all that back in the day, you looking like, yeah, I would date him now. I would date her now. So, that's life. That's life. That's life. The things that we laughed at our parents about are some of the same things that we're doing now. And I'm sure that when they were younger, they laughed at our grandparents about it. Our kids are laughing at us now. Their kids will laugh at them about some of those same things. So that's what I mean when I say the more things change, the more they stay the same. And that's the one thing I can't understand though, is how adults are letting these kids like be the adult figure. And you would have a case of that here or there when we were growing up. But for the most part, parents were parents and kids were kids. These days, parents are kids and kids are parents. They say you're going to buy it. You say you're not going to buy it. Guess what? You go home and they have it. They're on the phone with their friends saying, my mom says she's not going to, whatever, whatever, whatever. They get home, they FaceTime their friends, and they have that item. Y'all, these kids are something else. And these parents are even more. These parents are more so. Because you're supposed to stick to what you say. You give in sometimes. You give in sometimes. But yeah, those were those were the good old days. Riding home on the school bus. Riding home on the school bus, those were the good old days. And I used to, like I said, when you're little, now and again, little kids will, break off into a violent fight. But most of the times, little kids, 10 and under, is not that bad. Unless you have somebody who's flunked about 2 grades and they're 12 years old and they're trying to fight an 8-year-old. But it's the high school age. High school. When people got into fights on the bus in high school, I hated it. Because y'all, they were so violent. I'm not trying to be fighting. I'm not trying to be around y'all fighting. Shoot. They feet flying in the air, people upside down on the bus. Because y'all know how it is on the bus. You got all those seats and they on there and they want to fight on the bus. And then you hate to say, can y'all wait till y'all get off the bus? Because they wait till they get off the bus, it gets even worse. Then you got stuff outside. They want to pick up bricks. They want to pick up rocks. They want to pick up 2x4s. They want to pick up whatever it is that they can find. Yes, Jazzy. Yes, they want to pick up whatever it is that they can find and just be violent. Yeah, I've seen teenagers fight like grown. You think they were grown men in the WWF or WWE, whatever it is. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And some people just like that. They like, you know what? Some of those same people that I know that got into it so bad like that. Y'all know this very day they're friends. I'm talking about some of them got into some of the worst fights ever while we were in high school. And to this very day now, they're friends. And honestly, that's a good thing. That is a good thing. But you think about it like, why did y'all have to fight like that? And sometimes that's what it takes. Sometimes, believe it or not, people who tend to fight each other really do like each other. They really do like each other. Or they some of them even love each other. I've seen cousins fighting, you know. So it's so strange that like as adults now, you see them, they're like sometimes best friends or best of friends. That may not be their very best friend, but they're best of friends or they're good friends. And it's like they look back on that stuff and they laugh. They laugh. And looking back, it's laughable, it's funny. But during that time, like y'all could have hurt each other. Y'all could have hurt each other. And in some cases, they did hurt each other. They did hurt each other. I remember I saw two girls, they're women now. And we were just having a conversation. I think we were in the grocery store. We ran into each other. And yeah, they were actually together planning their kids' like birthday parties. They were planning kids' birthday parties. And we just started talking. You see old high school classmates. You start to reminisce and you stand in the grocery store and talk for like 30 minutes or more. I'm not that kind that likes to stand in the store and block the aisles though. But I'd be like, y'all come over here, come over here. I'm like, come over here, come stand over here. And we talked for like 30 minutes and they were planning their kids' birthday parties, having birthday parties together. And we were just talking and they had gotten into a fight on the bus. And one of them still had a scar from that fight. Still had a scar from that fight. And That was a constant, a lifelong reminder of that fight. But I don't know if that fight may have contributed to their kinship. I mean, to their bond, their friendship. So, you know, sometimes we just go through stuff, especially when we're young, young, wild, young, crazy, wild, and young. But I really think that sometimes that's what it really was. They really, really liked each other. Or maybe they just got so mad. Because you notice, usually in life, you usually get maddest at the people you love the most. You tend to get madder with someone you love, someone that you don't really love or don't have a bond with or don't really care about. You don't really get as mad at them, unless it's something really, really, really crazy that they do, you know, that affects you or your family. But you really don't get as mad as them. Like someone, you get a new job, co-workers acting crazy. You get mad, you think it's a trip. You really don't choose, you have to work with them because you have to work with them. But you try not to, let them really irk your nerves. You really don't care, about them as much. And you may get mad. But seems to me like the people we get most angry with or the angriest with are the people that we've known for so long or family and friends. Seems like we get angrier with them. And I think back when we were young and in school, you know, it's hard growing up. You got bullies, you got people who may not be bullying you, but they may be critical of you. Always got something to say about your clothes, always got something to say about your hair. You may not have a hairdresser in your family like they do. You may not be able to afford the hairstyles that they can afford. You may not be able to afford the clothing that they afford. You may not be able to be on a certain sports team, football, basketball, cheerleading squad. You may want to, but you may not be able to afford to. So they may look at you and say, she doesn't do anything. He never does anything. He's not in this group. He's not in this organization. Sometimes you just have people who they're just not into that. They're just not into people. Sometimes they're just not into people. And sometimes maybe they can't afford it. And sometimes maybe they just don't want to. So people will sometimes criticize you for things that you don't even care about. Like you don't even want to be in the what the the book club or whatever, whatever kind of clubs they have in school. You may not want, and then when you get those people, they'll call those people nerds. But at least those people have a group, a group that they can latch on to, that they can vibe with. So a lot of times people criticize you for things that you don't even want anyway. They criticize you for lacking the things that aren't even important to you. Have y'all ever noticed that a lot of times when people are hypocritical or really critical of others, they're criticizing them about things that those people don't even cherish or that aren't even important to them anyway. Those things are important to those people who are doing the criticism. So I just feel like a lot of times when we were young back then, I see a lot of the people who just couldn't stand each other in school. Now they're like co-workers and they're the best of friends. They can have each other's back. That takes a great deal of maturity because a lot of us don't mature into adulthood. We grow into adulthood, but we don't mature into adulthood. A lot of us don't mature into adulthood. Some people become adults and the maturity never comes. Some people become adults and the maturity never comes. You're like, where did the maturity go? Did it just not stick? Did you just drop it? Did you just not want it? What happened to the maturity? It's like, where did the maturity go? We grow into adulthood, and you expect a level of maturity as far as growth, but the maturity doesn't grow. So you ask yourself, where is it? What happened? Did you drop it off somewhere? Do you want it back? And some of them don't want it, and that's the sad part. Some of them don't want it. 30, 40, 50 years old, and y'all, when I tell you they act worse than some of these, y'all know these reality, quote unquote, reality shows. You got these grandparents, these older parents. Some of them may not be grandparents yet. They may be in their 40s, 50s, and may not be grandparents yet, but a lot of them are. Y'all, it's like the kids can teach them a thing or two. Yes, Chef Finest Wine. Chef Finest Wine says, "Did you enjoy your week?" Sis, I did. I did, Chef Finest Wine. I did. Um, I did some I worked extra. I worked over a little bit. I'm still picking up extra hours, after the holidays, but I'm not gonna pick up too many extra hours. I don't know. I guess it just depends. It depends on the need. So I did. I was off a couple of days, like I was off today, and I'll be off this weekend. The next week we got to hit the ground running. So I did enjoy myself, and I'm planning to just chill out this weekend, like go pick up some veggies from the farmers market, go and get some goat soap, goat milk soap rather. I said goat soap. Go get some goat milk soap. Um, Pick up some things that the stores don't really offer that you can really only find from the farmers market. Some homegrown things, the honey and all that kind of stuff. Of course, you can find honey in the grocery store, but it's always best to get your honey from your local. What do you call them? The It's at the top of my head. He's sitting there with the thing over his head. Oh my gosh! But y'all know who I mean. Try and do that, and just probably go and chill. If it rains some more, gonna enjoy this rain. Brilliant says, "Hey, Miss Jazzy." Miss Jazzy says, "Hey there, Brilliant sis." But yeah, I did have a good week. I'm glad that y'all had a good week. Y'all worked your butt off. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Even if you know that your weekend is going to be busy, find you some time to make sure that you relax, release, relax, relate to some things, you know, unwind, relax, release, relate, figure out some things that happen that you want to do differently, some things that happen that you don't want to happen, some things you didn't do that you probably want to do next week. So that's your resolve. Get you some resolve. Because whatever you didn't do, we can't go back and do it. Or maybe you do have, maybe you can do it. Whatever you did that you didn't want to do, you can't undo it, but you can still make things right. I think that's something in life where we can still make things right. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you can, I guess, kind of undo things, but typically once it's done, you can't say that it wasn't done. But you can find some resolution. You can go back and, make things right, be better, do better. So overall, yes, myself finds one. I did have a good week, and I'm hoping and praying that we all have a great weekend. I know you're gonna have a great weekend. Make sure you do. Y'all remember it is Chef Finest Wine's birthday. We're wishing him a happy birthday. We really, really are. So, Chef, have fun, enjoy, get some rest. Get some rest on your birthday too. Get some rest. Look, after you light it up and you get out there and you do your thing, come on back to the house, come on back home and get you some rest and get yourself right for the upcoming week. Miss Jazzy says she loves your name, Brilliant. A brilliant, blessed mess. That is a cute name. It is. It is, Jazzy. I'm about to take it in. I'm about to take it in. It's not getting dark as early as it was. So I get out here and I get to walking in this dark. I'm about 10 doors from where I need to be. Chef Chef said, I'm going to try not to hurt myself. Don't hurt yourself, Chef. Don't hurt yourself. Please don't. Get you some rest. Have you a lot of fun. Then get you some rest and get ready for the upcoming week. And let us know. When I go back live, we want to know what you did. Look, you may not be able to tell us everything until next week, though. Because you just, look, ta some people celebrate all month. Some people celebrate all month. Yeah, we went from your birthday to your birthday weekend, right? Then your birthday week. Now you got people celebrating their birthday for the whole entire month. You know, if that's what you want to do, you feel like you deserve to do that, do it. Do it. Do it. Don't let anybody stop you. Whether you want to celebrate it for a day, for a weekend, for a week or for a month. Do you? Do you? Some people may celebrate it. They may instead of just if their birthday is in January, instead of celebrating all January, they're going to celebrate from the day of their birthday into February, the day of their birthday. Whatever you want to do, just have you some fun, be safe, and enjoy. And then you got to tell us all about it, Chef. You got to tell us all about it. Tell us all about it. Because you know we're nosy, especially when it comes to having fun. Now, I ain't nosy about the stuff we don't need to know, but we want to know how you had fun. And y'all, please remember. Let me see if I can go back here and scroll to the top and see, because I don't want to say it and say it wrong. So I'm looking for Chef's Cash App, y'all. And that's the plan. That's the plan. Every month we need to wish each other happy birthday. Because like I said, sometimes people don't hear those words from someone else. Their birthday comes and goes, and they don't hear from anyone. Sometimes people are just loners, or sometimes it's not that they're loners. Sometimes people they don't remember. You know, sometimes, and that's the worst thing ever, that when your family doesn't remember your birthday. It's not that it's intentional or they're doing it to be harmful or hurtful. Sometimes, people just forget. So that is one reason I'm trying to remember to celebrate, or at least, oh my gosh, he wrong for that. At least wish everybody a happy birthday who's celebrating a birthday. So that is Chef's Cash App. It's $ MERCURIAL 123. So bless him if you like a dollar, two, three, whatever it is that you can afford to do. If your heart says to do so, I would appreciate that. I would greatly appreciate it. And on that note, y'all, I'm going to get out of here because it is dark. I'm about to take it in. And y'all know what I wish you. I wish you peace, positivity, and prosperity. Don't let people bother you. Don't leave this app or any other app or any place with more stress than you went into that place with. Don't leave with more stress than you went in with. Always leave any place. If it starts to stress you out, it starts to become chaotic, leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. So I'll see you guys on the next Let's Walk and Talk Live. I'm at the house now, y'all. It is really dark out here. All of the street lights are on. No, I don't know why it's so dark. Maybe it's because of the side of the street I'm on. Yours is next month, Jazzy. Okay, yours and Spiky. Jazzy and Spiky, you guys are next month. So we will have to remember that. And if we don't remember, remind us. Remind us. Remind us. Jazzy says, take care, everybody, and stay safe. And you're quite welcome, Chef. Chef says, Miss Jazzy, thank you. I love birthdays and try my best to make sure I catch everyone's birthday for the most part. And if I don't know, just send me a reminder. Right. Sometimes we have to be reminded, y'all. I appreciate you guys for wishing Chef a happy birthday. And for those of you who bless his Cash App or who will, thank you so much. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, y'all.